They may have lost 13 out of 14 and they may have been in danger of claiming the wooden spoon, but when the Brisbane Lions broke an 8-game losing streak last week, suddenly this game was fun again. It took a hurting Jonathan Brown to seal the deal, but who better does this team have to turn to in a critical moment? There may have been a hint of a shove involved in the match-defining mark, and some umpires may have pinged the big line for his contact on Mitch Brown, but once the mark stood, there was only ever one place it was going. Adelaide's last chance of making a run at the 8 disappeared as it failed to cope with the Western Bulldogs in the driving rain at Amy Stadium last week. How they cope with that disappointment will dictate to a large degree how they approach this contest. Neil Craig has been at the helm since 2004 and only once before this season has he failed to take the Crows into the finals. He knows that the planning for next year begins now.
3 adjustments to the Crows lineup with Patrick Dangerfield, Phil Davis and James Seller into the side, replacing John Griffin out with an ankle problem, while Brodie Martin and Taylor Walker have been dropped. 2 changes to the Brisbane Lions after its morale-boosting victory away from home last week against the West Coast Eagles. Jonathan Brown's groin injury keeps him out of his 200th game, while Aaron Cornelius has been omitted. Travis Johnston and James Polkinghorne, the replacements.
Finals are out of the equation for both sides as they take to the Gabba today, but as is always the case, there's still plenty to play for. Calling the action is Dwayne Russell.
Takes off. Goal square. Clark flies off hands, gathered his own crumb and nails it. Brilliant goal, Mitch Clark.
Put 2 or 3 staples in.
Not allowed to do that on the bench. According to the rules, they have to go down the race for stitches or staples. John Cock just got a handball away there. Douglas, poor pleasure. Half volley, magnificent. The spin, the kick, the awesome goal. It's a 1-point game. Inside 2 minutes to 3/4 time. If you have joined us late, Adelaide without Knights and Vince. They're gone for the game. Ball knocked away from John Cock. Brennan squeezed it to Harwood. Clever. And the free kick, 50.
That hurts.
That's a massive penalty.
It's him like a dowdy there, putting his hands in the air.
To tie the scores in the shadows of 3/4 time. It's a big game, this one, regardless of where they are on the ladder. Stiller hugs the boundary. Poor pleasure doesn't go. And he called Davis into that. And a good call it was.
We've got Tippett and Seller deep.
Sets it up. Seller should go. Marks at his chest. Under immense pressure. And that'll do him the world of good. They lead by 7. Adcock spears it towards Rich.
Beautiful kick.
Splendid pass. Takes them on. Kicks it long. Brennan!
Power's on his own if he can find him.
Pokes it over the top. Symes can't get there. And Power takes the mark in the pocket. You read it well. Priceless. Adelaide by 2 points. Leuenberger down to Black. They could take the lead here and now. Brennan pushed out. He marked it. He marked it.
It's a push, Dwayne. Hands in the back was there. And that's just the pressure.
Brennan to give them the lead. He's missed.
These 2 teams don't want to win this.
Ball knocked down, Paul Pleasure, and he breaks free. No one to kick to. Douglas needs to go.
That's a perfect kick.
That's an unbelievable
That is an unbelievable kick, Dwayne.
Slightly risky, but he hit the target.
Gee, that's risky as well. Stevens holds it up.
Surely.
There's 26 minutes gone on the clock. They don't know how long left. Floats it to Symes, and he plays on. Goes for Van Berlo. Gets there. Marks. He can take 30 seconds off the clock if he has a shot. The Mohicans are gone. No Goodwin, no McLeod. Who are the new heroes? Welcome the new heroes of Adelaide.
In an exhilarating last quarter, the Crows held their nerve to win by 7 points. Brisbane 13-19-97 to Adelaide 15-14-104. It was a real hard-fought win considering they lost Bernie Vince and Chris Knights by half-time. Kurt Tippett booted 5 goals and Richard Douglas dominated with 31 possessions, 10 marks, 10 inside 50s and 2 goals. Mitch Clark also kicked 5 goals and Simon Black racked up 27 disposals. But the Lions wasted opportunities as they kicked 1 goal 5 in the last quarter.
great effort from the boys. I mean, we lost 2, I think, in the first quarter in Nida and Burnie. So, look, we've done it before. We've been down men in the past and come through with a great gutsy win, and again today we did it. So it's a great, great thing for the footy club today.
Across the numbers, we're quite sound in all those, but the one thing that you sort of, we sometimes joked about where do you win. When you get asked that question, we say on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's true and we see.